Let's just look at all this body and this bounce on her hair before we put in her clip-ins. Now she came in for a trim, a silk press, and she wanted to add her 30-inch clip-ins, but this is what she looks like before we even add the clip-ons. Now I always tell her she don't need anything added, but everyone wants their hair longer and fuller and more voluptuous. So let's get into this video. You know, we start with fresh, clean hair. She's already shampooed and blow dried. I'm just taking small sections from the back so that I can start her flat ironing process. Her hair is clean. It's been blow dried. I added a little cream press. I'll leave the link to the cream press in my bio in case you want to blow dry and flat iron your hair with a little bit of heat protector. I like to use the cream press as a heat protector because not only does it protect the hair, but it also gives it a shine. Now there's probably dozens of heat protectors on the market, but for a silk press on 4C textured hair, I like the cream press because it's light enough to give it shine, but heavy enough to give it hold, and it protects the hair. So that's what I use. You can see there's a little shine in her hair as we're processing it. The little smoke you see coming from the iron, it's not because her hair is burning, because it's not burning. It's because of the product that I put on it. And sometimes I spray the Dudley's Oil Sheen also because I like that extra shine on her hair. Look how gorgeous it looks with that shine. You can see the split ends on the bottom, but we're going to take care of all of that. But let's just look at that shine. That shine was popping. And I take small sections because I like the heat from the flat iron to go through the one time. I don't like to go back after I'm done and flat iron the entire head again. I do see people doing that. They'll go through the hair twice just to make it even more straight. I don't really like that. I like to go through that one time. I may go over the hair itself, the section, 2, maybe even 3 times when I'm flat ironing it. But once I'm done, I'm done. I like to appreciate how beautiful and strong the hair is. We have 75% of the hair done already. So I like to just run my fingers through it to make sure everything is evenly straightened out. And this is the last section we have left. And we're going to get into that section. She's wearing a center part. Like I said, she's getting some 30-inch clip-ins. She brought in some wavy clip-ons. So she really just want to clip them in and go about her business. She doesn't want any curls. She doesn't want it straight. She just wants that natural wavy look when she go. And she's doing the center part. So after we finish flat ironing her and giving her a trim, I'm going to add a little bit of curl to it, like a wavy curl, so that I can just clip her hair in and run my fingers through it and be done. Look at how beautiful her hair is. So now she needs a trim. I should have used a white cape so you could see better, but this is what we got. So after I went across the bottom, you know, I went across the rest of the hair and gave her some layers. As I stated earlier, she hasn't had a trim since early this year. So all of her hair needed trim, not just across the bottom. When you just go across the bottom of the hair, you're not really giving it a complete trim. You really have to go section by section and lift that hair up and get every strand of hair on that head. So these are the curls. I just used my flat iron and gave it a little turn. I skipped past that video process. I don't know what happened. But these are the curls. I just wanted to be a little wavy so that we can just blend her clip-ins in. Because I gave her a trim and added a few layers, she has all this body. The flow is just right. So when those clip-ons come out and she puts some spiral rods or some flexi rods in it, she can just wear her hair just like this. I don't normally do clip-ins, and I definitely don't do it as a service in a salon because to me, the purpose of doing clip-ins is so that you can go home and clip them in yourself and take them out at the end of the night. But since she asked me to clip them in for her, I made an exception. You see how I'm pushing her head, right? I didn't mean to do that. But yes, I don't do it as a service. However, I did it as a favor. So she has about, I think she said she had about 14 or 15 different rows. They came some two on two clips, three clips, and four clips. So some rows had two sets of clip-ins and some rows had just the one set. But it filled in her hair. She still had some left. We did not put everything in there. We left about 2 inches along the hairline so that if she decided to make a ponytail, she can pull it back. I still took small sections because her hair is very full. When you have very full hair, the amount of clip-ins that you put in has to match the amount of hair that's on your head. If your hair is thin, you might can throw in about maybe 5, 6 rows because that will match the density of your hair. But she, as you can see, she had very full hair. So we had to add a significant amount of the clip-ins that she brought in, and they had to go completely from one side of the head to the other. And as I'm putting these clip-ins in her head, I'm realizing that they're still damp. So once we finished putting all the clip-ins in her head, I sat her under the dryer for about 30 minutes. And I gave her 30 minutes because, like I said, her hair is thick. And then the clip-ons is thick. So I wanted to make sure everything dried completely because her hair is also natural. I definitely didn't want it to revert. So I gave her about 30 minutes under the dryer to let it dry, and then we ran our fingers through it again. When you have any type of virgin hair extensions, the best way to take care of them is as if it's your own hair. So when you take your extensions out, you brush it through, you comb it through, you give it a shampoo, a conditioner, you let it air dry. If you don't have a dryer, like a hood dryer or something, you let it dry and comb it through again so that you can use it again. You get more wears out of it when you take better care of it, because this hair isn't cheap. Now, if you buy cheap hair, you can expect to use it one time, because if you use it again, it's not going to look as good as it should, and then you're wondering why your extensions don't look as good as someone else's. Buying hair is an investment, because if you spend the right amount of money, you can wear it again and again and again. We sell extensions on my website, and you can use those up to 2 years with proper care. When we sell these extensions, it comes with care instructions. And if you go into a reputable stylist, she's going to care for them properly as well. You should probably be able to drop them off to her and tell her, hey, I would like to get my bundles or my wig shampooed and conditioned so that you can use them again. And even in between services, when you're getting your hair done with the extensions in, make sure that you're letting the conditioner sit for a few minutes so that the extensions can get conditioned. Anyone who knows me knows that clip-ins is not one of my favorite styles, because I just never liked the idea of clipping the hair to your head and you're combing it and running your fingers through it, because it kind of pulls on the hair. So it's never one of my favorite styles. I'm more of the traditional weave type. Braid it up, stitch it on, and call it a day. But you got to get with the times, and it does look nice. And they're making these clip-ons very nice. You see this weft had like a lace thing going across it. It looked really nice. And it is a quick hairstyle when you want to get up really fast and throw your hair together and go somewhere, because tomorrow you might not want 30 inches. You might want to just take your hair and put it into a messy bun. So as far as the leave out is concerned, again, I left about 2 inches on the bottom. I left about 1.5 inches along the sides. And in the front, I left about 2 inches. In the top, you'll see how much hair I leave out in the top. I left it enough out that it can cover the whole top. She can pull it back and there's no track showing. So the size going across the top is probably a 3 by 4, 3 inches across, 4 inches going back. That's how much hair I left out across the top. And you should do the little pull test once you put them on, just to make sure they don't slide. Each one you put on, pull it a little bit to make sure it's not sliding. So you see the amount of leave out I left? That's enough leave out to comfortably cover the hair. No tracks are shown, so whether you know she doesn't have 30 inches of hair or not, you're not going to see the tracks. I hope this video helped, and make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And I'll catch you at the next video.